I don't like ghosting. I think ghosting doesn't show courage. I always advocate for separating in a healthy way. There's a few techniques.
And welcome to GirlFriendShip. We have an amazing author. The book is called Better You, Better Friends, and we have Glenda D in the house today.
Great to see you, Patricia, and nice meeting you, LaFern. It's so wonderful to be here and join your friendship. I'm loving that you've known each other for a few years and you've got this great project together about friendship. What a testimony to your friendship that you can work together on this project and help other people recognize their friendships in a more deeper and meaningful way.
What is a friend? How will you define that?
Well, it's a very easy definition. A friend is a stranger you learn to love. And interestingly, a friend is derived from the root word of friendship is love. So love has evolved, and the word friendship is a part of that, being in love with someone that you've met, but they're not part of your family. You're not their cousins, they're people, they're strangers. As you know, you both were strangers and you met in the workplace, I believe. And I know your history, Patricia, because you were going to be in the book, and I called you and I said, would you like to discuss some of your friends? Because the book started out as a top 10 friend challenges. And we went through your friends, and you're saying, no, that never happened. No, I was never envious. No, there's no comment. And I'm going, and you got to be kidding me, right? There must have been something. But I realized, knowing Patrick, and I've known Patrick longer than I've known you. I realized that was such a familial bond. You really didn't need much else outside of that connection, but now you're moving into a different stage of your life, and you're looking for people that ground you, that you can trust and be reliable and bring a lot of well-being to your life too, because that's quite a big that was quite a big relationship you had, obviously, with your twin brother. Yeah.
Setting boundaries with friends.
Great point to bring up boundaries, because definitely one of the boundaries in the book, and I know we're going into that in more detail later, but one of the boundaries is a woman who had a child, had a single friend they were just great buddies. They were both fabulous women, great buddies. And but one of them had a child, and she couldn't go out partying at 10 a.m. in Santa Monica. It's not that I don't love you anymore, but I'm in a different stage of my life, and my most important person in my life now is my child, and that's a priority. But you're always welcome to my house. You're always welcome if I have to not be available when my child's sick. So the woman was kind of left her for a while, and then until the same woman looked after her sister's children, then called her and said, I really get what you mean. Children are a priority. I get it. I feel really bad that I put you through that. So really, if you have a friend who has become a recent parent, support them. Love them, help them. Maybe you could pick up the child. Maybe you could have a friendship with that child too. Maybe and then you have that kind of auntie, you have a friendship aunt. We should have this, like auntie friend or something.
That long-lasting relationship.
Well, I think lifestyles are so temporary. I really do. That was a great question. Who wrote that question? And I wrote about it because they're transient. You're a mother for a short period of time. You're in, maybe, I was in television, I left, now I'm doing something completely different. Lifestyles are much more transient, and you might change. You might find something that's really important. It's who meets your needs. The person you have in your life right now is right for you, because you've chosen them out of a billion. How many billion people on the planet? Why are you two in this space at this time? What is your attraction? And I'm starting to really understand how important that is. So you're the right person to LaFern, and she's the right person for you at this time. And honor that and really nurture that, rather than worrying about lifestyle, because your lifestyle might change. Just think it's lifestyle transient. Core value, why they're in your life, why you're attracted to each other. Dig into that more, rather than whether you're mini-me, what I call mini-meing me. LaFern doesn't want maybe doesn't want another friend, or doesn't like someone with the same, family portfolio. She's enjoying your company because you're offering her something that's inspiring her. one size doesn't fit all. I think you need a group of friends and they don't have to all work like you. I think men in their friendships are more functional. They'll have, someone they go to the footy with, someone they go to bars with, someone that was a college student, someone they work with, and they can really separate that. And I'm seeing women doing that more and more as women have come into the workplace. Women have adopted also that more functional kind of work friendship. And I think that's fairly modern, because when we think back to, earlier life, pre-1900, women were much more tethered to the home. So they might have a vague friend in a market or at church or something like that. But now it's different. It's really changing the character of a friendship in our culture, I think.
Do you feel safe?
Having friendships is really primitive, because you had to know who your allies were and who your enemies were. You had to know if that tribe over there was going to. So this is a brain function where you feel safe, where you live, where you feel safe, where you feel this person could be ally, could protect you. It's really, really important, and it's really born from early life. And we manifest it in a different way because we got more mobility, and but it is something that I did discover, and I did write in the book about how important having friends and allies to protect you. It is because that's part of your well-being. If you feel, part of well-being is feeling protected and not threatened. That's really a big that's really one thing that we look for in friends, that we don't feel that they're going to go behind our back. We don't feel they're going to be competitive with us, that they support us, they love us. You can laugh, you can cry. What else do we do? Complain.
Why do boundaries show a real test of friendship?
See, I think like-minded people, I see it as more people that are out for your well-being. Like-minded, I've got friends, that are not like-minded. We have debates all the time. I think boundary setting is one of the most important part of aspects of friendship, because if we set boundaries, if we show people how to treat us, is one. And if you don't set boundaries, I mean, I even had something it was fairly small and minor recently, where a friend brought up an old story. We've been known each other. She's really one of my essential friends, but she brought up this old story recently. And I'm going, you're bringing that old story out because it made her look good and me look bad. It's like when your friend puts up a Facebook picture and you look dreadful and they look fabulous. You think, well, can you take that photo down? So she says this, and I just afterwards I said, can we just drop that story? I mean, it really is that you were the person that cleaned up more and I was the slob, like that kind of thing. And I've changed over all those years. So can we drop that story? And she was, I thought it was funny. And I thought, yeah, well, not to me. So, and that was completely fine. And that's very small, but I think that's how you test a friendship too. If they let go certain things, if it bothers somebody and you can let it go, let it go.
How to end a friendship.
The way you separate from a friend says more about you than the other person. So I would say if there's a few techniques. One is that you start seeing them less. Like you might have a friend that always wants to see you. Then I see them, for a coffee once a month, and then I always have a heart out. So I'm still seeing them, but I'm managing my time with them because they drive me crazy. I can't hear about that man in your life anymore. Or I say, we've talked a lot about him. A friend I used to have say, you've got the right to complain for 6 months. Maybe if it's a hard thing like a divorce or something, 12 months. But then you gotta figure it out yourself. Talking to me about it is reimagining that pain, and I can't help you you need help, because friends aren't psychologists. So name your boundaries. What is your boundary? When it upsets me, or just I feel upset when you're always late when we're going to the movies. I feel like I have to rush. Can I come and pick you up? Find solutions. And if that doesn't work, they're not hearing you. When you're ending a friendship, sometimes you say, you know what, this is not working for me. Let's just have a time out. And that's what happened with a friend of mine. I think both of my friend and her friend were going through a very hard time, both of them in their own ways. And my friend was more demanding of this other friend. And so the other friend just stopped emailing her. And she said to me, what should I do? And I said, what you should do is she clearly needs a timeout. She's just going into hibernation. That's all. What I would do is I'd write her a beautiful email saying, I love you. I know you're going through a hard time. When you're ready, you call me. I'll be here to listen to you. And you know what? Within a few weeks or a month or something, they're back and now they're great friends. Sometimes that person, I've done that with a friend and she's never called me back. I sent a lovely thing, I miss you, I love you, I'm not sure what went wrong, why you're not talking to me. But, when you're ready, come back. She didn't come back. That was her decision. I don't like ghosting. I think ghosting doesn't show courage. No, ghosting is a very weak stance. Yeah. So ghosting, no. Put that off the list. But I think just be kind to the person, or just say, I need a timeout. I'm just really busy with my family right now. I need a timeout, and see how they respond. So we also get we get these data points because we're recognizing the group. So we're going back to even deciphering coding.
Better you, better friends.
When you're a better friend, you're a better person, and you attract wonderful people to your life too. And we all want to attract wonderful people because it really is integral to our well-being, and really, really integral to our well-being.
How can we find out more tips on friendship?
We go to Amazon, has got the book, Better You, Better Friends. And also I've got a website, GlendaDshaw.com. And there is a click through there. So if you go on the website, GlendaDshaw.com, you can go there and there's an Amazon link there.
GirlFriendShip is brought to you by Inferno Productions, hosted by LaFern Cusack and Patricia Cage, executive produced by Ulani Gray and Erica McCartan, and produced by Lauren Bond. Thanks for joining in the Ultimate Girlfriend Fest.